Good morning, all of you. In today's session, we are going to continue with 10th class chemistry, where acids, bases, and the salts will be discussed. So it is the unit 3. Already we completed series of videos on this. So 2 parts were completed. Today we entered into part 3, where we are going to discuss about what are the neutralization reactions when acid treated with base. What kind of neutralization reaction is possible? Then acid on treatment with metal oxide, metal carbonates, what kind of product formation is possible? And base upon treatment with non-metallic oxide. All these reactions will be discussed in elaborated manner. Now let us enter into our actual topic. Today's topic is about acids, bases, and salts of unit 3 of 10th class chemistry, right? Let us enter into that one. Right? So this is about neutralization reaction. Neutralization reaction stands for any acid upon treating with base. Acid is the substance which having pH less than 7. Base is any other compound which is having pH more than 7. When these two components are mixed, formation of salt and water is possible. This entire reaction is said to be a neutralization reaction. Acid on treating with base, formation of salt and water is known as neutralization reaction. Acid is the substance which used to liberate H plus ions. H plus donor is known as acid in accordance with Arrhenius theory. Base is the substance which used to donate hydroxide ion. OH minus ion donor is said to be a what? Base. So again, it is in accordance with Arrhenius theory. And the salt is the substance which is formed by the combination of acid and base whose pH is neutral, means neither acidic nor basic if we are mixing strong acid with strong base. So salt formation is possible, and any other substance commonly observed will be water. Let us see a typical example comes under this acid-base neutralization reaction. When we are taking hydrochloric acid, HCl is called hydrochloric acid. It is the familiar compound to liberate H plus ion, right? Hence we can say it is an acidic compound, right? Sodium hydroxide is a base where free hydroxy ions, free OH minus ions released into the water. Hence you can say it is the alkaline substance or basic substance. Whenever acid and base both mixed together, formation of salt is possible. It is indicated with NaCl, salt. And another substance is water, right? So HCl, NaOH, formation of sodium chloride salt will be formed, and along with this, water will be generated. It is the simplest example for neutralization reaction. Let us enter into our textbook. Here, you can observe neutralization reaction. Let us move on to acid-base neutralization reaction activity number 5, where we are taking 2 ml of sodium hydroxide in a test tube. Sodium hydroxide was taken in the test tube, and to this phenolphthalein indicator will be added. Indicator is used to identify where the reaction got completed. Completion of the reaction will be indicated, which is also known as equivalent point and also known as end point, right? So whenever phenolphthalein indicator added to sodium hydroxide, it will be observed in red color, pink color. Now it is treated with dilute hydrochloric acid drop by drop. Okay, so from another test tube, you are adding hydrochloric acid. Wherever that color will be disappeared, it becomes a colorless solution. You can say that 2 reactants got mixed and neutralization reaction was possible, right? So initially in the first test tube, we are taking 2 ml of dilute sodium hydroxide solution and added with phenolphthalein indicator. Pink color solution will be appeared. Now it is treated with dilute hydrochloric acid. This dilute hydrochloric acid, when added drop by drop, color will be changed into colorless. Wherever you observed colorless solution, there what happened, there is a formation of salt and water is possible. At the stage both acid and base got neutralized because acid releasing H plus, base releasing OH minus. Finally, they got converted into water. H plus from acid, OH minus from NaOH. They ultimately converted into water here, right? So this is a kind of neutralization reaction, right? Does the pink color reappears? So when it will be reappeared, a small quantity of sodium hydroxide when added after neutralization. Okay, so when NaOH is added, what happens? Again, solution becomes a basic. So base will be appeared in that. That's why again you can regenerate that pink color. So in that way, you can perform this neutralization reaction. Let us see the possible chemical reactions. Just now we discussed sodium hydroxide. It is in aquated state, means it is in contact with water. Treated with hydrochloric acid. Again, it is in aqueous solution state. Now the formation of sodium chloride aqueous solution, water, it is a liquid substance is possible. Simply, based upon treatment with acid, formation of salt and water is possible. Just now, we discussed about this reaction. And what is the pH change? Also observed in the equation state, right? So, think and discuss. In the substance present in antacid tablet, acid or base. What is antacid? Antacid is the tablet which used for improve our digestion process. Whenever our digestion becomes difficult and anybody are suffering from indigestion problem, we have to consume antacid. So in that case, what happens? So it will neutralize acid present in the stomach. Okay, so everybody know digestion process is carried by gastric juice hydrochloric acid. That hydrochloric acid is the catalyst which used to convert complex food materials present in the stomach into simplified molecules along with the liberation of energy. So in the digestion process, hydrochloric acid will be used as a catalyst which used to convert complicated materials made up of carbohydrates, proteins, minerals, vitamins. So many components are present in that food material, right? So during that process, we require hydrochloric acid. If that hydrochloric acid is in excess quantity, the patient is suffering from burning tendency and also some wounds will be generated in the stomach. Though that is called ulcer. So in that case, we need antacid. Antacid in the sense, the substance which used to neutralize the acid secreted in the stomach, it is the kind of neutralization. Hence, anti-acid in the sense that will be base. Okay, most oftenly magnesium hydroxide substance will be used. So which used to neutralize HCl secreted in the stomach. So this is the purpose of antacid tablet. So it is in basic nature. What type of reaction takes place stomach when antacid tablet is consumed? So antacid used to neutralize acid released in the stomach. Hence it is the kind of neutralization reaction. Now let us discuss about next reaction called reaction of acid with metal oxide. How reaction between metal oxide and the acid is possible? Let us discuss. Okay, so neutralization reaction completed. Now we are going to discuss about metal oxide on reaction with acid. Here, I am taking metal oxide, that is copper oxide. Copper oxide is basic in nature. I am treating with hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is HCl. So where we have more provision for H plus released from this one. Now, the product formed will be copper chloride. Copper in dipositive state and chlorine in monopositive state. Here +2 should be there. So, copper in positive dipositive state and chlorine in each chlorine having -1 state. So copper chloride salt will be formed and here the formation of water is possible, right? So this is about the reaction. Again, whenever metal oxide treated with acid, there is a formation of salt and water is possible. This is an interference observed when acid treated with base. Here also, even it is a metal oxide, it is a kind of basic in nature, so that hydrochloric acid got mixed with the copper oxide, formation of copper chloride and water is possible. This is a possible reaction between metal oxide with hydrochloric acid. Now, let us move on to our activity. So that activity will be metal oxide upon treatment with acid, right? Copper oxide was taken small quantity in the beaker and added with hydrochloric acid while stirring. Whenever hydrochloric acid is added to that one, what kind of color change is observed? Okay, you notice copper oxide present in the beaker dissolved in hydrochloric acid, color of the solution turned to bluish green color, right? So copper oxide initially taken and added with hydrochloric acid. Now it is turned into bluish green color. The reason for this is formation of copper chloride. Formed copper chloride is, so bluish green color. That's why here copper chloride is appeared in the form of bluish green color, right? The general reaction will be metal oxide acid gives rise to salt and water. Write the chemical equation for reaction between copper oxide and HCl and balance. Just now we did the balanced equation. How it can be balanced? So in order to neutralize one copper oxide, 2 HCl are required. The reason is copper is divalent, HCl both are monovalent. That's why 2 moles of HCl is required. Hence, here copper chloride will be formed 1 molecule. So here how many? 2 chlorines are there. Here 2 chlorines are there. Here 1 copper. Here also 1 copper. Here 1 oxygen is there. Here also oxygen is 1. 2 hydrogens here, 2 hydrogens. So in this way, equation balanced by taking 2 HCl on treating with copper oxide, right? So this is the possible balanced equation in between these two. What do you conclude from the above activity? So the conclusion will be any acid-base treatment gives rise to salt and water. Acid and metal oxide also gives rise to salt and water. That is the final conclusion from these two activities, activity number 5 as well as activity number 6. Now let us move on to next part of this unit, that is reaction of base with non-metal oxide. So reaction of base with non-metal oxide. Let us assume calcium hydroxide is a basic substance. So any group 1 elements and group 2 elements are called, group 1 and group 2 elements are known as what? Basic in nature. So they are, yes, non-metal oxide. I'm taking metal oxide, that is calcium. So what is the substance? Calcium hydroxide is taken as a metal oxide and is treated with carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is called non-metal oxide. Means here carbon is the part of P block element and it is the non-metal and it is in contact with oxygen. Hence we can say it is a non-metal oxide. And calcium hydroxide is the basic substance, being it is a second group element, alkaline earth metal, you can say it is the base. Okay, so in general, non-metal oxides mostly exist in the form of acidic state. That's why we can say it is the kind of neutralization reaction. That's why again we will get calcium carbonate and water formation is possible. It is able to give calcium carbonate and water. Again, it is the kind of neutralization reaction, right? So carbon dioxide on treating with calcium hydroxide, there is a formation of calcium carbonate, salt and water will be generated. This is about the reaction between carbon dioxide and calcium hydroxide acid base reaction, because all the non-metal oxides generally acidic in nature. Hence you can say, so this acid on treatment with calcium hydroxide oftenly known as lime. So it is called lime. So there is a formation of calcium carbonate and water is possible. Calcium carbonate and water will be generated, right? So this is about the reaction between non-metal oxide with base. Now think and discuss kind of questions. You are provided with 3 test tubes. I am taking 3 test tubes. So 3 glass test tubes were taken. So one test tube having distilled water, second test tube having acid, third test tube having base. If you are given only blue litmus paper, I am taking only blue litmus paper, what kind of observation you can see. Okay, so by using only blue litmus paper, how can we distinguish acid, base, and neutral substance? So, sorry. So let us see how it is possible. We already made a tabular form for litmus test, right? So only blue litmus paper is provided to you. We have 3 test tubes here. Among 3 test tubes, one is having acid, second is having base, third is having only distilled water, for example. So let us assume here only distilled water is given. So these are the 3 test tubes we have, and this is not given to us. This is not given to us in this. So what will be the possible reaction? When acid is there, blue litmus now turned into red litmus paper. When base is there in the test tube, now we are dipping this blue litmus paper, there is no change, right? When distilled water is taken, distilled water neither acidic nor basic. Hence, there is no change in litmus color. So whenever blue litmus paper alone given, acid used to turn blue into red, base used to retain the color, because there is no effect, there is no change in the color will be observed in case of basic substance. Whenever distilled water was taken, again you can't observe any color change. So this is about the possible observations when blue litmus is treated with acid, base, and distilled water. So this is about the first one. Which gas is usually liberated? Acid react with metal. Whenever acid was taken and acid treated with metal, what happens? That metal used to release. So acid, for example, we are taking hydrochloric acid and treated with zinc. What happens? Zinc chloride salt will be formed. Along with that, hydrogen gas will be liberated. What is the liberated substance in this? Hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas will be released. How will you test for the presence of gas? The released hydrogen gas is predicted by that illuminating matchstick, otherwise candle. Okay, whenever that burning candle is near to hydrogen gas evolved from this reaction mixture, that will burn with pop sound. Okay, that will burn with a sound. Okay, so by that you can identify liberation of hydrogen gas in that reaction. This is the second one. And third one is a compound of calcium reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid to produce effervescence, right? The gas evolved extinguishes burning candle, turns lime water milky. Write a balanced chemical equation for the reaction if one of the compound formed is calcium chloride, right? So here, we have to find out what is the starting material, because product is mentioned here, calcium chloride will be formed, right? So it is treated. First, what we have to take, that calcium compound should be taken and treated with calcium hydrochloric acid. Whenever hydrochloric acid was treated, here the formation of calcium chloride is possible. And they gave another clue that gas evolved extinguishes burning candle. Burning candle will be rubbed, so it will not illuminate further. So that is extinguishes that burning candle. Always carbon dioxide is the gas. Whenever it evolved, it will retard the burning tendency of the candle. Oxygen is essential for burning, whereas carbon dioxide will stop that burning tendency, right? So the two products evolved are, one is calcium chloride, second is carbon dioxide. So by this only you can simply identify. And this gas can be confirmed by lime water. Whenever it passes through lime water, you can observe white color precipitate, milky white precipitate will be appeared in the test tube, right? So based on that, we have to find out what will be the starting material. So let us go to our chemical equation part. So in this, we can predict what is the suitable reaction possibility in this. Yes, this is the possible reaction in order to give all the possible answers for that one. What we are taking, calcium compound was given, this we have to find out, right? And it is treated with what? Hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid will be added to that one. The formed product, one of the, they already mentioned, one of the product will be calcium chloride, right? So another gas evolved in this reaction. This gas evolved will turn lime water into milky. Lime water is nothing but calcium hydroxide. When this gas passes through calcium hydroxide, it becomes a milky white, right? So, and one more thing is this carbon dioxide having provision to burn, stop burning of candle, right? So based on this, you can identify the gas will be carbon dioxide and the substance, any other product is calcium chloride. So most probably the starting material will be calcium carbonate. Then only this equation, this kind of product formation is possible, right? Hydrochloric acid, upon treating with calcium carbonate, formation of calcium chloride, carbon dioxide and water will be there. So in order to balance the equation, one more water will be added here. This is about the possible reaction between calcium carbonate and HCl. So calcium carbonate and HCl, the thing is here, how many? 2 moles of HCl are required, because in order to balance the equation, in order to write the balanced equation, HCl required will be 2 moles, right? 2 moles of HCl is needed here. Then only equation is completely balanced. How can we say? Calcium is there, calcium is there. 2 chlorines are there here. Here 2 chlorines are there. Here also 2 chlorines are there. How many carbons are there? 1 carbon. Here also 1 carbon. How many oxygens? 3 oxygens are there. 1, 2, and in water 1 oxygen is there, 3 oxygens. Here 2 moles of hydrogens are there. You can say 2 moles of hydrogens. This is about the possible balanced equation for this one. This will be the possible balanced equation. Now let us move on to our topic. So these 3 problems were solved. What are these 3? First one is blue litmus and treating with the acid. Blue litmus turned into red color with acid solution. Blue litmus with the base, there is no change in the color. Blue litmus with neutral or distilled water, again there is no change in the color. So whenever metal treated with acid, liberation of hydrogen gas is possible. It is confirmed by burning candle used to give pop sound, right? Calcium substance will be calcium carbonate. On treating with dilute hydrochloric acid, it used to give effervescence. Bubbles will be appeared because of carbon dioxide liberated upon the surface. Effervescence, nothing but bubbles, right? The gas evolved extinguishes burning candle. It will stop burning of that candle, and lime water can be turned into milky white, right? So the balanced equation will be mentioned in that. That was completed. And the next activity, what do acids have in common? Any acid in these concepts what we discussed are having free H plus ions. They are used to liberate H plus ions. Then only all these possible reactions are possible. Acids are in accordance with Arrhenius only, not in accordance with Lewis. Lewis concept is entirely different, right? So in accordance with Arrhenius, H plus ion donor is said to be a acid. It is a common substance which should be present in the given compound, right? So common element will be hydrogen in acids, whether all compounds containing hydrogens are acid or not. Now we are going to perform the activity which used to distinguish all hydrogen atoms containing elements are acidic in nature or not. So many compounds will have hydrogen in their skeletal structure, but all hydrogen containing substances may not be considered as acids. Okay, even though hydrogens are there, they may not be released out. If release is not there, they may not be considered as acid. So for that purpose, we are going to perform one experiment, that is activity number 7, where solution of different solutions were taken. How many? 4 different solutions we are preparing in 4 different different test tubes. One is glucose, second is alcohol hydroxy compound, third is hydrochloric acid HCl was taken, fourth is sulfuric acid H2SO4 was taken. These four substances were taken in four different test tubes. One is glucose, second is alcohol, third is hydrochloric acid, and fourth is sulfuric acid. Four different solutions we prepared. Now, connect two different colored electrical wires to graphite. So, two wires were taken and these two are connected to graphite rod. Graphite rod was taken and two that we are connecting. Okay. Now, these two electrical wires are immersed into 100 ml beaker. Here you can observe the beaker. It is the glass container in which we are placing dilute hydrochloric acid. Dilute hydrochloric acid was placed inside, and into this two electrical wires were connected, and that these two electrical wires further connected to AC. So alternative current plug. Now we are passing 230 volts of AC current. Okay, 230 volts of current is able to entered into this beaker, right? So 230 volts of alternative current is passed into this one, and what happens, what you will observe. So this is connected with bulb. Whether it able to generate current, it able to pass current or not, that can be identified by using this bulb. Whenever into this HCl, these two electrodes, these two electrical wires are immersed and connected to external circuit, this bulb will glow. Bulb will be switched on. It will glow, right? So that is mainly because of HCl is a better conductor of electricity, because whenever it is present in the aqueous state, what happens? It is dissociated into H plus and Cl minus. Ions, when generated, these ions are used to carry the current from one place to another place. So through these ions, current passage is possible. That's why they're able to glow this bulb. Bulb will be switched on and it will be illuminated, right? So in this experiment, you can confirm that because of H plus ions in this HCl only, here current will be generated. So this is one of the experiment among all. Now we have to repeat same experiment by replacing hydrochloric acid with glucose, alcohol, and also with sulfuric acid, right? Whenever glucose was taken, glucose is the kind of non-ionic compound. Glucose is made up of C6H12O6, where all the substances, when added to water, there is no ionizations. Ions will not be generated in this. If ions are not there, what happens? Conduction will not be there. We are going to insert same kind of equipment, and instead of hydrochloric acid, we are dipping into glucose water. So glucose water taken, graphite rods are inserted, electric wires are placed, and alternative current is connected, and 230 volts of current is connected, but bulb will not be illuminated. The reason is glucose is non-ionic, no H plus ions evolved, even though there are hydrogens. C6H12O6 will be there, but hydrogens will not be released in the reaction because it is a non-ionic substance, non-polar substance. That's why this glucose is not considered as acid. Let us take another substance called alcohol, hydroxy compound. I am taking the suitable example, methanol, CH3OH. CH3OH is known as methanol when it taken in the beaker and again inserted with graphite rods, electrical wires connected with AC plug, and bulb is connected to that. Whenever we are passing 230 volts of current into this, bulb will not be illuminated because methanol will not be dissociated into H plus ions. It is not an acid. That's why there is no generation of ions and there is no generation of current. Even though hydrogens are there, but all hydrogen containing species may not be considered as acids. right? Whenever hydrochloric acid was taken, it is the strong acid. If you are taking 10 ml of hydrochloric acid, so around 9 ml will be dissociated into H plus and Cl minus. Maximum extent of ionization is possible. Maximum number of H plus ions are released. That's why it able to pass current. Hence, you can say it is the strong acid. Another is about sulfuric acid. H2SO4 is known as sulfuric acid, which added to water generates 2 H plus ions and SO4 minus 2 ion will be generated. The sulfuric acid is a strong acid and the generated H plus ions will travel and used to illuminate this bulb. Hence, you can say it is the kind of acid because it used to pass current through that one and the bulb glowing is possible, right? So this is about the entire experiment in order to distinguish which is acid, which is base, which is neutral. So here glucose alcohol, even though hydrogens are there, may not give any kind of glow of light because H plus were not released. If H plus is not there, you can't consider them as acids, right? So by this, we completed some of the topics in order to distinguish acids and the bases. In today's class, we discussed about how metal oxide will be treated with acid and what are the product formation is possible and what is meant by neutralization reaction and what kind of products are generated upon neutralization, right? And also we discussed about the concept that is calcium carbonate. When treated with acid, what kind of product will be generated and can you consider all hydrogen containing compounds as acids or not? That experiment also carried. Hope this session will be very much helpful for your preparation and thank you very much for your patient listening. Thank you. Thanks a lot.